Grassroots is here with healthy snacks made from that Sacha Inchi seed. Grassroots got what you need. My name's Aaron Gailmore, and I'm from New Orleans. In case you couldn't tell, I'm seeking $400,000 for 7% of my company, Grassroots. The prevalence of peanut allergies has more than tripled in recent years, with thousands of schools banning peanut and tree nut products altogether, including a kids' lunch staple, the PB&J. Well, the big easy is making snacking a whole lot easier with Grassroots, the first snacks made from the Sacha Inchi seed. Now, you're probably wondering, what the heck is the Sacha Inchi seed? Well, it's also known as the Incan peanut because it looks, tastes, crunches, and cooks like a nut, but without the allergens. So it's school, pantry, and airline safe. And compared to an almond, widely considered one of the healthiest nuts, it's got 50% more protein, and it's high in omega-3 fats, of which the almond has basically none. And with zero net carbs, it's keto and paleo friendly. From our roasted seeds, to our seed butter, to our snack bar, and we even have a high-protein crunch puff. So, Sharks, who's ready to march in our brass band and snack with a purpose?
Love it, love it, love it. DJ, wait, that's a way to make a statement coming into the tank for sure. Now we're going to check out Aaron's website and social media at the end, as well as feature for one of your comments from down below in the super community at the end. But you know, as someone who has a son who is allergic to peanuts. Though maybe not for long. We're getting him tested, doing a food test soon. Because he kind of mostly cleared his the test where they stick you with some needles. So hopefully, fingers crossed that's the case, because he's missing out on so many great. Hopefully, he even likes peanut butter and stuff, because it's possible he just winds up not liking it at this point in his life, but. I can very much appreciate having an alternative out there for people who aren't so lucky, that don't get to be not allergic to peanuts after, say, the age of 4. Because even if he doesn't like the taste of it, at least he doesn't have to fear for his life if he comes in contact with peanuts in by accident in some way, shape, or form at some point. So yeah, again, fingers crossed for that. Anyway, great intro. I really hope he's got some big numbers to back up the 400,000 for 7%, because once you get past 200 to 300,000, it's really tough to get that kind of valuation in the tank, that kind of money. So and who knows, maybe Daniel's here, so maybe he'll be interested in getting something like that. I'm also curious as to why this is something that Aaron is doing versus, say, somebody else, like one of the manufacturers utilizing this as an alternative to the peanut and all that.
Excellent.
Sharks, what you have in front of you is a lunchbox filled with our Sacha Inchi snacks. We've got 2 different flavors of our roasted Sacha Inchi seeds, truffle parmesan and a sweet heat. And then we've got our high-protein crunch puffs in a truffle rosemary flavor. We've got a Sacha Inchi butter and jelly sandwich.
Boy, these are delicious.
And we've got our chocolate chip Sacha Inchi bar.
I like the truffle one.
Thank you.
It's very truffly. Tell me about you.
I moved to New Orleans about 8 years ago. And part of the reason I started this business, my father in 2010 was diagnosed with heart disease. And so as a family, we all started to take a closer look at our health and wellness, and I became very interested in nutrition. It kind of became a hobby of mine. Fast forward to when I moved to New Orleans, turns out Louisiana has some of these same problems in terms of childhood diabetes, cardiovascular problems. So we really wanted to incorporate that into our whole brand. We do a lot of work in the community as well. So we work with different youth organizations there. We partner with a registered dietitian, and we help kids learn about nutrition. In fact, Darren, the trumpeter who is here, I met him through one of these organizations called Roots of Music. They help kids pursue passions in music, so we help them kind of on the nutrition side.
Okay, what were you doing before this?
I went to school for business. I worked at Citigroup in the investment bank there for a few years. During that time is when my dad was diagnosed, and I started kind of getting obsessed with food and nutrition. And then I actually co-founded another business, but we made a mistake in terms of trying to go everywhere at once. We went national, and we didn't have the capital to support all that sales.
What was the business?
It was called Super Eats. So it was the first kale chip that was in the form of a tortilla chip. So I learned that, but I also, in my work for that company, discovered the Sacha Inchi seed and basically said, look, to my co-founder, hey, I actually think I can turn this around, redo everything, rebrand. He let me buy them out, but I did keep those investors. I wanted to get them a return, and here we are.
Okay, so why
All right, so that is quite a story there. I actually recently watched the documentary Katrina Babies, which is all about the kids of Hurricane Katrina and their experience, both before Katrina, during, after, and much after Katrina. It's heartbreaking to see how all of that played out. And broke up the communities and the families, and how everything just completely changed after Katrina. It was such a big, a big deal, not just from a damage standpoint, but from a family and from a community, because those communities didn't get back together, and broke up families and made people move into different areas of the country even after the fact. So actually I watch a lot of documentaries. I would actually thinking I would love to hear it from the comments down below if you watch documentaries. I was thinking about starting a video series talking about kind of like a book club, but for documentaries, because I really don't read many books at all. I'm just a really slow reader, so for me, documentaries is the go-to. So I kind of want to do that and like open up some conversations about that stuff. Maybe do live streams. So I'd love to hear from you down below if you would love to be involved and see me do that and get involved with the community in that regard. Anyway, so Aaron seems like he has quite a business background and seems like he has a real passion for getting health, helping others get healthy as well as staying healthy himself. He seems quite fit there. But yeah, it's still 400,000 for 7%. So hopefully the numbers add up and make sense to at least get some kind of deal here.
Tell me what you're selling, because if I want to play ball and get involved in this, put Chef Wonderful behind it, I got to write a check for 400,000. Why would I do that?
Yeah, so 2019 we did 35,000. 2020 we did 250,000. 2021 we did 500,000. And then this year we're expecting to do $1.5 million.
What are you going to make on the $1.5 million?
We're not profitable at this point.
How much are you going to lose?
So we're basically able to cover our overhead with our gross margin right now. On a monthly basis, we're burning anywhere from 20 to 30,000.
And how much do you have in the bank?
We have about 100,000 in the bank.
So you're in a tough place here. You're going to burn out in 90 days.
What's your leading SKU? What's your leading item?
So actually, the lightly salted seeds have been our best seller.
What's the cost?
Yeah.
And the retail?
So that costs us about $4.50 to $5 all in. And then we're selling it for $17.99 right now.
Wow.
How much is this?
Wow. Hold on a second there. Whoa. Okay. That's a bit of a disconnect. Now I kind of understand why you're not seeing this everywhere, right? At $4.50 for cost, and then you're selling it at $17.99, and that's just one bag. Whew, man, that is a lot. That's a tough sell. Especially to spend that and then be like, yeah, I'm gonna if you were getting it for your kid as an alternative, whew, man, that is a commitment.
9 right now.
How much is this?
Same price.
$17.99. That's a lot of money.
So we're actually at a discount to organic almonds, priced at around $19.99.
How much have you raised in investment to date?
We've raised 1.7 million to date.
Hello.
Oh, wow.
At what valuation?
The most recent valuation was $5 million post-money valuation.
So you've got investors in at $5 million. You got 90 days worth of cash left. How much pain are you willing to take? Because there's no way on earth I'm giving you a 5.7 million valuation.
Do we even know what you still own yourself out of the company?
So I own 33% of the company right now.
Oh,
So
that's
are you
hard,
willing
man.
to take pain?
So
He already is.
Yeah.
part of the reason that I have 33% and not, 75, for example, is that my first investors who invested in 2014 in a separate business, I really wanted to commit to them. I could have,
So
honestly.
you rolled it over and gave them
Yeah.
equity.
And
You know what,
people
good
tell
for
me
you.
all the time,
Well, that's very honorable, and I see the merit of what you did, but rolling over equity from a dead deal, when you invest in venture, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
But your friends are your friends forever.
I get it, but even your friends understand you gave it your best. In venture investing, poo-poo happens. You took that weight and you brought it into your new deal, and it took equity away from you. You actually burdened me with all of the past sins. I'm out.
No, Kevin's not wrong, but yeah, if they are your friends, you got to figure out a way to do it. Now, with that said, if they're your friends, I think that you need to find a way to structure the deal so that you're not crippling the incoming money, and they have to know that, right? Like, they have to know that getting this out there and scaling it up is not going to happen all at once with no money and just and just them being as they call, like, dead cap, right? Well, it's not, in this case it isn't even dead capital. I mean, it's like dead capital, like from the last deal, dead capital. So I'm curious as to where all the money is going each month, their burn rate, and I'm also curious as to why, because they're so limited. I think it's important for you to not try to split your attention in two different directions, right? Like, that's too, to have the Sacha bag and then also have like the peanut butter equivalent or spread, I think makes it really difficult, because you're taking limited funds, limited resources, limited time, limited everything, and then dividing it in two and saying let's go to market like that. I think having one would be difficult enough with where the position is. And not that you can't come back to it, but I think at a certain point you got to look at what's selling the best, what's making a good chunk of the money, and costing us the least as far as like advertising, getting people to try it, educating people, and running with that. So that, or at least walk with that, so that you can get to run, so that you can take on another product line. Because that becomes very difficult. Educating on two same products, but different markets, it's just different.
So look, you're in a catch-22 where you've got to spend to grow, because you're trying to educate people about what itchy seeds are. You're trying to educate them about your product. And what compounds the challenge is your margins are small. That's going to be difficult. I just don't see it. So for those reasons, I'm out.
okay, I appreciate that, Mark.
So you're an amazing, beautiful person that are trying to solve a lot of things at the same time. But you only have 33% left, and there's no meat on the bone for me to feel comfortable. I'm going to be a customer, but
I appreciate that. Okay.
Listen.
I mean, I think that if the 7% or 10%, whatever they want to, well, probably more like 20%, to if they're willing to get to that valuation, the percentage. I mean, I would try to use that to sell some of the stock of the partners, right? I mean, you only have 33%. You can't give up 20% of that and still be expected to like front the company, be the face of the company. And if you're not the face of the company, then somebody else should probably be standing out there with you or in your place of you. But in this case, yeah, I feel like that, they didn't say it, but that this percentage has to be coming out of, portions of it, so they can get some of their money back, and still retain in the business. But I think it's if it is all coming from Aaron there, that's tough. That's a tough position. And, again, ding ding for a super entrepreneur trying to do the right thing by the people, because at the end of the day, business is relationships. It is people. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
It's a very interesting product. I'm really into health. I always have been. The only problem I see with it at all is that people just don't know en masse yet what the Sacha Inchi seed is. And I don't know enough about this product or how to get that known and recognized. So I'm not.
Thanks, Lori.
Hold on, I'll take a stab at the end here.
Did everybody go?
You're the almond king.
Aaron, I'm struggling here because there's a lot of good in what you're doing. You project enormous amount of self-confidence. I assume that behind it, there's the feelings that all of us entrepreneurs have when we're facing 3 months left of financing and we're like sweating. The silver lining in the months ahead that you're gonna face is that there's nowhere to hide, right? So it's gonna make you stronger because every dollar matters. I don't think this business is investable at this moment. I wish you the best, but I'm out.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that.
Good luck.
Good luck, man.
Thank you, guys.
I'm not a nut.
That guy's in a world of hurt right now.
I know, and he's a good guy. I think
He's a great guy, and
It's
the product
painful to
has-
have to turn down people like that all the time up here that have amazing missions and you want to be part of what they're doing.
I know Mr. Wonderful said we're in a world of hurt. I very much disagree with that. We've got such great growth metrics right now. People are coming to us talking about how much they love Sacha Inchi, and it's actually helping and changing their lives. So I'm really excited about our future.
That is that's just still heartbreaking that they couldn't find a way to make that work for everybody involved. We're gonna check out Aaron's website here. Oh no, it's like blocking your face. Okay, so this is better, I guess, for like mobile. Yeah, because once we get to like 1080p, we're blocking Aaron's face there. He looks like the Wilson in Home Improvement over the top of the fence. All right, so featured in a bunch of places. Love seeing Shark Tank at the top. I'd love to see people, right? So here you go. You have a video talking about the story. There's faces. I always want to see faces in it, and I think so. I love how we educate and empower youth in our home city of New Orleans. I mean, that's awesome. But again, $17.99 is a lot. I get organic, when you're comparing it to an organic almond, but it's tough, right? So one of the things I wanted to point out with the packaging, well, at least the packaging that they had. Yeah, so the packaging they had on Shark Tank is a little bit different than here, right? This puts Grassroots at the top, in the top left-hand corner. It says roasted the Sacha Inchi, terrible at pronouncing words. Sacha Inchi. I'm going with that. Locking in final answer. It looks better. But the thing is people don't know what a Sacha Inchi is. So I feel like you really need to drive home the fact that this is not, that this is the Inca peanut. 50% more protein than almonds. But like, where's this is safe for peanut allergies thing? Like that, I feel like is a big selling point. New packaging, same great taste. So instead of having Grassroots all the way across the bag, they went with it. I don't know. I still feel like where's the safe to consume if you don't have with tree nut allergy? That's that I feel like could go a long way in doing it. And still, and they also have Crunch Puffs. Wow. Okay, so they have Crunch Puffs as well. See, like, you're splitting it up so much, and then they have a coming soon. So they have a bar that they're making. Man, you're really spreading yourself thin there, Waka Waka, with all this. And $23.99, and now this Sweet Heat is $19.99. So they've actually raised the price since they did the Shark Tank appearance. So anyway, let's go check out Instagram. We got 10,400 followers over there. Great, some great engagement going on. You got the Shark Tank post, of course, the obligatory Shark Tank post. Looks like older posts, not as much engagement going on there. Over on Facebook, 26,000 likes. That's definitely ding worthy. It was a great looking video there. Oh, that was from 2019. Okay, so that's a pin post, and then most recently getting quite a bit of engagement over there on the Facebook, and then they're on Pinterest. So a bunch of ideas. I feel like this should be really only 12 followers here, but like I feel like that's where, they have this too. Is that just a butter like a gel pack? Which is pretty cool. But again, that costs money, time, and effort to create. And again, getting people to buy into it. So TikTok definitely could be stronger. Only 38 followers, 265 likes over there. But at least this version, I'm assuming this is the big news, is going to be on Shark Tank. Yeah, and that has 760 views. So anyway, Aaron, I love your passion for helping people and making a difference in the world. Drop a comment down below and we'll get you on for an interview like Bluebird AMV here. Also, the urge to sneeze to the end, or not to sneeze to the end, is classic. Yeah, one of these end screen video closings of the video, I was trying not to sneeze, so I kept like going like this and going like this, going like this, and it was strong. I was trying not to let it happen because sneezing and retention do not go together. Anyway, I'll see you in one of these two videos over here. Take care and go be super.